In this short video, I'm going to focus on case law research tips for your adverse employment action. In particular, I'm going to focus on the exhaustion of administrative remedies issue. Keep in mind, through a twin course, you're going to have access not only to this video and several other videos, but a hyperlinked handout that talks about several other approaches for this particular issue. As I said, I'm really focusing specifically on case law research, and in particular, I sort of want to show you some advanced features that will serve you well not only for this appellate brief, but going forward. Now, I know that you all know that you can begin a research session from the home page. I mean, if I simply type a relevance rate search or a terms and connector search, this is going to search and give me content from these 14 categories. If I'm running a terms and connector search like this one, it's going to give me every document where the subsection 2000E-5 parens E is mentioned in the same grammatical paragraph as exhaustion, exhausting, exhausted, same grammatical sentence as administrative. And unlike a relevance rank search where you're getting the best documents, this gives you everything. Now, I don't want you to search this way for cases for your appellate brief. I want to show you a different approach that's going to yield better results. And that's going to really require us to drill into case law databases. Now, I know that your issue is a Third Circuit issue. I don't know what state it arose out of, i.e. what U.S. District Court it may have started in. So what I'm going to do is drill into cases, and I'm going to pick a specific circuit. Now, if your case arose out of, U.S. District Court in Pennsylvania, I might start there instead, because the difference between starting in Pennsylvania and getting Pennsylvania state and federal cases and starting in the Third Circuit, if I start in the Third Circuit, I'm going to get U.S. District Court cases from other states in that circuit, but that's fine. I mean, that's fine for now. Now, you all at this point know how to run a terms and connector search. Keep in mind, when you click the advanced link, we give you a template that gives you some guidance in terms of how you might want to build this particular search. Now, I just ran that search a minute ago as a global search, and I'm going to just rerun it here to show you that I'm getting quite a bit of results. I'm getting, by the way, the same exact number I got when I ran it as a global search. I got 338 cases. And I'm going to tell you that of these 338 cases, some of these are not going to be relevant at all. They may mention your issue once in dicta or footnotes. Obviously, those cases are a waste of time for you. On the other hand, if your terms are mentioned in the summary of the case, the synopsis, or in the headnotes, the digest, you know the case is relevant. Otherwise, they would never talk about that issue in either place. So what I can do, because I drilled into cases in Third Circuit federal cases, when I click advanced, I have the ability to tell Westlaw, look, instead of searching the entire text of every case looking for our terms, I want you to restrict the search to just the summary and the headnotes, i.e. the synopsis and the digest. This is one of the best searches you could run to get every relevant case out there that mentions your terms. Now, this presupposes that I know that there's no other way of describing this cause of action, but you'll see that when I do this, I knock it down from 338 to 76, and I've got a really nice relevant starting point. And by the way, when you're looking at a list of cases on Westlaw, make sure you have the level of detail set to most detail. By doing so, it's going to give you some extra text so that when you're going through the list, you can sort of identify right here which cases bear further viewing. You all know that you could restrict this even further. I mean, if I was only interested in cases from the Third Circuit Court of Appeals or the Supreme Court, I can just select and knock that down to 17. So that's a really good search for you to use. And I'm not saying this is the only search you would run. I mean, obviously, you could run a number of other searches. Another one that I included in the handout, you could just click and automatically run it. One that I liked was, tying that statutory section there, 2000E-5 to this search. I want that in the same grammatical paragraph as administrative or EEOC. Same paragraph as like or reasonably, reasonable, related, or claim. It's another good search for you to take a look at. And when I do that, I start with 40 cases. And again, I can use my filters to really knock it down quite a bit. Final tip here is, again, you all are aware of folders, but some of you aren't aware of a particular feature within folders that serves as a safety net. By adding items to folders, it serves a number of purposes, right? I mean, number one, I can just select all my items once I'm done researching, and I can email, print, download, send to a Dropbox or Kindle. If you email or download, by the way, you always have the option of doing so in zip format. Make sure you send your files in zip format. Otherwise, if you sent them as a single merged file, you could have 500 pages of run-on, continuous information. Another really cool thing, if you click those 3 vertical dots, you have the ability to share this folder with anyone at BU. And really the final reason I think folders are important, and this is the hidden one. This is one that people aren't always aware of. When you add items to folders, Westlaw is actually looking at the documents you've added, and it's looking for common issues. So when I click on folder analysis, it's going to break down every issue, and it's going to recommend documents that are not in my folders. So, if I wanted to look at the documents it's recommending for issue number 5, that tolling of time period, I click and it's could potentially recommend cases and statutes. In this instance, it's recommending 10 secondary sources, but that's a good safety net for you to be aware of and use in the future. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, good luck and stay safe.